In today's video, we're taking a look at how our bell pepper has grown in the Kratky box for the last 3 weeks. We're checking pH and EC, we're making a small nutrient adjustment, updating the light, turn the fan on, and we're planting a micro dwarf tomato next to it. In the last episode, our bell pepper had just spent its first week in the box. But we thought, why let it grow all alone? So we decided to give it a friend, a micro dwarf tomato. The tomato seedling has a tiny root poking out of the rock wall. When we place it in this net pot with clay pebbles, it's important that the water level is high enough to keep the pebbles moist until the roots reach the water. The pepper roots are already in the water, and luckily the water level is high enough to keep the pebbles in the tomatoes net pot moist too. This is the time lapse of the first week of living together. Peppers and tomatoes enjoy nearly the same nutrients, so we think they'll make perfect roommates. During the day, the humidifier runs almost constantly to keep the humidity around 55%. At night, when the lights are off, it stays at about 55% on its own. Both plants are doing really well. The bell pepper looks great and the tomato is already catching up. The pepper roots are growing fast now, really taking off. The tomato roots aren't there yet, but they'll catch up soon. Week 3 for the pepper, 2 for the tomato, both thriving. The pepper roots are huge now, and the tomato roots have reached the water, finally. Since the pepper has started forming flower buds, it's time to check pH and EC for the first time. From now on, we'll check it once a week. When we first filled the box in the previous video, the EC was 1.26 and the pH was 652. Now, 3 weeks later, the EC is 1.3 and the pH has climbed to 6.9. That means the pH is a bit too high and the nutrients are a little too weak for the flowering stage. We don't use pH down or pH up yet in this setup. Instead, we try to rather use Kristalon Indigo, which naturally brings the pH down into the perfect range when we add more nutrients. We start by adding 60 ml of Kristalon Indigo and 60 ml of calcinit. Then we stir well. Stirring is important in a Kratky setup since there's no pump to mix it for us. After the first addition, the EC is 168 and the pH is 6.61. We added another 30 ml of each. Stirred again. And now the EC is 1.86 and the pH is 6.55. We also increased the light just a tiny bit. Since the plant naturally grows closer to the light, there's really no need to increase the intensity much. In the last video, when the pepper had been in the system for 1 week, the ppFT at the top of the plant was around 250. Now, after 4 weeks in the box and with that small adjustment, the ppFT is 329. We keep topping up the humidifier to stay at 55% humidity. We didn't use the fan for the first 3 weeks, even though we showed it in the last video. Not sure if it matters, but we want to be careful with small plants. At this point, when they are bigger, we turn the fan on. Week 3 of living together. The plants are growing fast. Roommate life is going well so far. The pepper has developed some really nice buds. And the tomato has also grown quite a bit. We now added a combined thermometer and hygrometer, so we can keep an eye on room temperature, water temperature, and humidity. Since another week has passed, we checked the EC and pH. EC is 182 and pH is 6.2. Everything right where it should be. No adjustment needed. And that's it for this update. Super simple, minimal work and great growth. We'll keep letting it do its thing and check back soon.